Hi everyone, Scott Stork with Polaris Law Group, estate planning and other law attorneys. Today I want to talk to you about trusts, specifically what a revocable trust is and what an irrevocable trust is. So there's a lot of confusion as to this question, and we have clients who ask us this question all the time initially. They're confused about what they are, what they do, when to use them, and so I want to talk to you a bit today about what the answers to those questions are. So the first thing is what is a trust? So a trust is just basically something that you can create that holds your property, your assets, your money, things like that. And then it's got a specific purpose. Many times it's to pass it on to the next generation with certain things attached. There's potential protections, there's potential instructions. It just depends on what type of trust and what type of situation you have. So let's talk a little bit about irrevocable trusts. Those are the ones that most of the time have the most confusion associated with them. So the first question is what is an irrevocable trust? What's that mean? So kind of as the name implies, an irrevocable trust, once we create it, it typically can't be changed by the person who created it. So if you create, or if a client creates an irrevocable trust, they're usually doing so for a very specific purpose. One of those purposes might be that they've got tax considerations. So let's say that they are very wealthy and they have an estate tax issue, or what some people know as the death tax. It means that they have so much money that at their death, the IRS is going to tax some or all of that money up to a certain extent. That is one reason why irrevocable trusts are created. Another reason, and a very common reason nowadays, is that they're worried about how to pay for nursing home care costs. And so what they're trying to do is get their own property and assets out of their own name into some other form so that those assets can't be used against them if they have to go into a nursing home. And basically it's allowing them to qualify for certain government benefits that can help pay for that nursing care. So an irrevocable trust, again, as the name implies, is one that can't be changed or it's difficult to change. It's one where the person creating the trust cannot be in charge of the trust. They can't be the trustee. So typically they have to name someone else, a loved one, maybe a professional, a corporate, what we call fiduciary, to be in charge of that. Just depends on the type of trust and the type of situation. But now they put money into this trust. I equate it a lot of times to a piggy bank. They'll add money into it. They no longer can be in charge of it. And basically what it does is, for the specific purpose they create it for, it allows them again to not have taxes associated with it, gets them certain benefits, things like that. Less common to create an irrevocable trust, but sometimes still necessary. The most common type of trust is a revocable trust. It is a trust that I equate more to a treasure chest. It's open for the person who creates it. It is there, something is there, and it's something that can be changed by the person who creates it. They can amend it, they can update it, they can get rid of it, they can do anything they want with it. They can add or remove property or assets from it. It is there to do certain things, plan for their disability, pass things to their spouse, to their children, things like that, with very specific reasons. But it's something that can be very important for people. So the person who creates it can be the trustee. They can be in charge of it. Again, they're making the decisions about it. In Missouri, it's something that potentially, if they're married, can create some protection from car accidents and things of that nature. It can name backup trustees if they become disabled or they pass away. So you're keeping control about who's helping you in the future if you're not able to. It's bypassing what we call the probate process. It's leaving things to family with protections from divorces, from creditors, from car accidents, from bankruptcies. It's maybe providing instructions about how that money is to be used. It's doing all sorts of things. it also may be able to be created to have some tax benefits. So the most common type of planning, and the planning that we do the most here, and by and large most estate planning attorneys do, is revocable trusts. But again, every situation is different, and so what really needs to be done is we need to sit down with the client, understand why they want to plan, what their issue is, what keeps them up at night. And then once we do that, we can tell them and advise them, here's the type of plan that may make sense to you, here's the type of trust that makes sense, here's what the benefits are, here's how to create that, and then move on from there. So if you have questions about what type of plan you need, or you're confused about the different types of trusts and what they do, please give us a call, 636-757-3850. You can also go to our website at polarisplans.com. We'd be happy to sit down and chat with you, and we hope that helped. Thank you.